What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Marjon. Ah, happy Sunday, right? It is August the 23rd, and I am doing a 60-pound challenge check-in. All right. I'm not going to go through the whole challenge. I'm just going to do an update and some lessons learned and so forth. So, you know how we do. Let's go straight to the intro because this is part of the convo with Miss Marjan. Let me get that straight. All right. Let's just go to the intro. I'll be right back to give you an update on the 60-pound challenge. What's happening, everybody? Hey, we're live. And I want to go ahead and just dig right into it. But before I dig right into it, I want you to first of all, make sure to check out my website. You know how we do it with Linktree, it's free. But as you can see, it's www or https :// but Linktree, linktr.ee/ Miss Marjon. All right, so Linktree / Miss Marjon, MSMARJON. And this is for those of you who are listening versus watching me on YouTube or on TV. All right. Also, make sure, please leave a comment in the comment section if you're watching on YouTube or on one of the social media platforms and so forth. Or also, I'm now partnering with other platforms such as, oh my gosh, Wild Cable, Xfinity Cable, and the Block, and so forth. So shout out to all of those outlets and everything. And it's a pleasure and honor to be a part of so many different what is it? Platforms and everything. I'm having these senior moments and everything. What y'all think about that? Do y'all be having senior moments and all that kind of stuff? Yes, yes. So like I said, we're on Xfinity, also Wow, and the Block 105 radio. All right. So just wanted to repeat that and all that good stuff. Also, if you drop a comment, I'll make sure to show your comment. All right. All right. So with that, I'm going to keep the website going up there. Let's go dig right into the 60-pound challenge. But also, I am Miss Marjon, and you can follow me at Miss Marjon on social media. So 60-pound challenge, y'all. Man, oh man. I started this challenge, February 1st of this year, 2026. And I am happy to say I'm down 21 pounds since February 1st. And I am only away like 20 pounds away from my first milestone. So I'll be transparent and real with you. I am currently like at 243. I started in the 260s, you know what I'm saying? To have lost 21 pounds, right? And I am trying to get to my first milestone, which is 223. Now, the reason why 223 is a milestone weight for me is because that is the lowest that I got in as I got down to as an adult when I had weight loss surgery. So remember, 2 years ago, I had weight loss surgery back in April. And by the end of the year, I would say around my birthday, I was down to 223. So that is my first goal, milestone goal, is to get down to 223. And I'm 20 pounds away from that as of today. All right. So I am very, very proud of myself. I'm going to do it again. Hey, sometimes you got to encourage yourself. Yes. So I am 20 pounds away. Now, also, I want to give you a little bit of background information, a little bit. What I've done, and I've had to tweak this since doing this challenge. I weigh myself now every Thursday and on the first of each month. All right. And the reason I do it every Thursday is because I tried Friday, I tried weighing myself on Saturday, and I'm going to tell you, Thursday is the best day for me because it seems like that's when my weekend gets started. I don't know about y'all. It seemed like if I waited till Saturday, it just seemed like the scale was going up and up. So Thursday is the best. Thursday morning, as soon as I wake up and have that first bowel movement, we're going to be graphic. Okay. I weigh myself. I want to make sure everything's cleaned out of me before, I weigh myself. So I weigh myself Thursday morning and then on the first of the month. Now, the reason I do it the first of the month, because you can't see it, but on my wall, and I think I got a paper copy right here, so y'all bear with me. I do. I got a paper copy, so y'all, you might not be able to see it too well, but this is my little thing I have on my wall. Okay, so y'all see that? And for those of you who can't see it, what it is every first of the month, I have a range of weight that I got to hit. All right. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Last month or the month before, I was not hitting my targets. And I just was kind of like in the dumps. So I decided, I got to redo this whole matrix. So I'm going to hold it up for those of y'all watching. Y'all see this right here? And for those of you who are just listening. So, for example, in July, I think I got down to 252. And then August 1st, I got down to 247. So I had to redo this thing because I was not hitting my mark. And this whole scale or whatever I was using, you want to call it, weight scale was all off, y'all. It was so off. My monthly target weights were so off. So now I'm back on track. And another thing I had to come to realize is that I was not going to be at my goal of 199 by my birthday. Because, remember when I first kicked this thing off, the goal was to be what? At 199 or 198 by November 2nd. And I had to come to myself and realize, Marjon, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some, applause because, stop being your own worst enemy. And that's why I'm so thankful that I gotta take a pause. That I just kind of took a breather and I said, okay, let me redo it. And so I'm going to put it back up again. I'm going to read it for those of you who are watching. So as of today, which is August, 23rd, by September 1st, that's why I weigh myself the first of the month as well as every Thursday. But by September 1st, I need to be between 238 and 241. Well, as of today, I'm at 243. Okay. So the goal is realistic. Right now, what if I had to lose? Look at this, be at 241. I'm at 258 or something. That would be set myself up for failure, right? So that's in life. We got to learn how to set SMART goals. It's an acronym. Google it. SMART goals. S is for specific. M is for measurable. A is for attainable. R is for reasonable, and T is for time based. So by September 1st, I need to be down. How many pounds, y'all? Like 2 pounds to hit that 238, 241. I'll put it back up for those of you who might want to copy something like this. I'll try to make it kind of, you see that? So I'm making sure I hold it for y'all so y'all can, I don't mind you copying something like this because this is something I did in that says by September 1st, I have to be at between 238 and 241. By October 1st, I'm aiming to be between 229 and 233. And by November 1st, remember my birthday is November 2nd. So we might as well say November 1st, my birthday, I need to be between 220 and 225. Well, if you notice in my little notes sketched on there, that's my milestone, 223. So the goal has the challenge is still the same, but now it's instead of being 198, 199 by my birthday, I want to get to my first milestone. And that is so reasonable, attainable, part of the SMART goals, measurable, time based, and specific. All right. I'm not saying, oh, I just want to be in the 200s or the low 200s. No, I'm saying by my birthday, I need to be between 220 and 225. Some of y'all may be like, well, Marjon, life be lifing. What if you don't make it? I'm still going to keep going on. Y'all, I'm still keep going on. You know what I mean? But I am not going to set myself up for failure. A lot of y'all know I wear these pendants, these little things. Shout out to Julie Phelps York that made these for me. And you can't see it, but one of it says, I can and I will, watch me. And the other one says, the wait is finally over. And I wear these, some people like, gosh, she always had this necklace on. Now, for those of you who see me in person, you'll know why. You know why? Because it means something to me. So with that, I want to go over, before I let y'all go, I want to go over the 3 M's that I'm using, once again, recap that. And next week, next Sunday, I'll actually go over the whole 60-pound challenge again, because we'll be going into September, right? Getting ready for the weigh in for the month. And for the 3 M's, the 3 M's stands for movement, meals with water, and, meals and water, and motivation. So let's talk about each of those. And the reason I want to talk about them in this order, because this is where I'm strong and then probably weak. All right. Movement. I am getting in right now, probably due to my new job. I'm working at a plant, and I'm getting in an average, y'all, honest to God, almost 7,000 steps a day. And that's 3 to 4 miles, Monday through Friday. OMG. There was a time, let me get a swig of coffee. I barely got in 2,000 steps or 1,000 steps a day. And that was with walking my dog. But God has, and it's nothing but God. God has positioned me in a position at my job where I am literally getting in 7,000. Some days I get in 12,000. Some days, but I don't go less than 7,000. Only reason I say average, because Saturday and Sunday I'm not getting that many steps in. But Monday through Friday, I am getting in a minimum of 7,000 steps, because I got my Fitbit on. You see this? And my Fitbit, y'all Google Fitbit, it tracks my steps. So I'm always wearing this. I may change the band colors, but I'm always wearing my Fitbit so I can track my steps, so I can know what I'm doing. And I got it set up where when it hits 7,000 steps, guess what? It starts vibrating. And that's when I know. And I'd be like, yes. So imagine movement, Monday through Friday, 7,000 steps, which is 3 to 4 miles. Okay. Got that. Check. Next thing, meals and water. Now here's the thing. I've had to try different things. Like I said, I'm working in this plant and I'm getting in 7,000 minimum in steps. All right. I'm doing 3 to 4 miles. So I'm like, I used to try to go out and get my lunch, but because my schedule is so action packed, I'm now bringing in my lunch. So guess what? The first couple of weeks I was working there, I would do the Lunchables. I was doing leftovers. Now I've went to lean cuisine and healthy choice meals. And I know some of y'all are like, well, is that really a good alternative? Yes, it is. I went to a dietitian, and of course, making your meals fresh from scratch is always the first choice. But for those of you like myself who are kind of challenged in the kitchen, I'll leave it at that. And for those of you who are can't really cook, I can barely boil rice, boil water. So the lean cuisines and the healthy choice really work for me. to the point where I buy 5 like on Sundays, and that way I know I got at least a meal every day. I still do a little bit of the Lunchables sometimes when I want to take a break from a lean cuisine meal, because I'm telling you, the taste is not like it used to be. That's why, if you notice, lean cuisine has gotten, and Healthy Choice has really stepped up their game. I guess by FDA regulations, they now have it where the sodium is at a certain point, the carbs. So that's why the dietitian said you really can't go wrong with those kind of meals, even though they're processed. They have really upped their game. So trust me, sometimes I got to add a little bit of seasoning, not salt, but like, Mrs. Dash or some onion powder or garlic powder to it. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. And then with the water, y'all, I am now taking a water bottle to work that's like at the height of 64 ounces. Gone are the days of trying to take a little, like something like this. You know how many times you would have to, like, y'all, I'm holding up an 8-ounce, one of those little tiny water bottles. Gone are those days, okay? Because you would have to fill this up 8 times. Who has time to go fill this up 8 times, okay? No, I need something at the height of 64 ounces. So guess what? And then also I got a water bottle that's clear so I can see it. Because I started noticing that my water bottle that is like, what is it, BFA, or, where it's stainless steel, that Stanley kind of stuff, you can't see the water as you drink it. So you really don't know where you're at. So now I got a water bottle that's 64 ounces, that's clear. And I know, oh, shoot, I got 20 ounces left to drink. Oh, I got 10 ounces. Oh, I'm still at 36 ounces. You know what I'm saying? So it helps me hold myself accountable. Now, y'all, trust me, I am not perfect. For those of you who have done this type of weight loss journey or are doing it currently, it is constantly changing. What worked maybe in the spring and summer is going to change in the fall and winter. All right, y'all. It's just the way it is. It seems like summer and spring, you get more activity in because you want to get out and get in the sun. Well, when it's cold and snowy and icy, you really don't feel like doing all that. All right. So I'm telling you not what I think, what I know, what's working for me. And also, I need to up my game, y'all. I got the new movement in, but I got to up my game with my meals and water. So I'm going to start tracking what I eat. Even if I'm doing a Healthy Choice or lean cuisine meal, I'm going to start tracking it. Because another thing I've noticed, I'm doing that for lunch, right? But dinners, because sometimes at, where my job, I'll work second shift to support. So guess what? That changed recently. I was going from like 9 to 5 kind of like time schedule to now I'm at 2 to 10. So it threw me off for a while. And I saw it in the scale because I was coming home trying to eat a full course meal at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. And my body was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I kind of had to shift back and sit down and say, okay, Marjon, eat at 7 and then maybe have a snack after that, even though you're still at work. And that has been working for me because I started noticing I was getting sick eating that late, a full like blown meal, you know what I mean, at 11 o'clock at night, because that's what time I would get home after leaving work. So that is that, y'all. My next thing, last thing, motivation. Oh man, don't you hate when you're trying to record and like everybody and their mama's going by and it sounds like the Indy 500? Anyway, motivation, y'all. I put this last because I think it's so important. It's detrimental to your health, to your well-being. Motivation. You got to be motivated to even eat right, drink enough water, and move, right? And so with that, I know y'all, I've been talking, but please feel free to drop a comment. Drop a comment if you want to. Also check out my website as well. But you always can drop a comment. In fact, I'll leave it up there and everything. And I just love you. I see Dr. Renee's popped in. A lot of you guys are in here. I see you, and I'm going to go ahead and put this up. Dr. Renee says, check out my water bottle. You see that it is www.hydratespark.com/Renee06. Make sure that's a suggestion, y'all. Go check out that water bottle. You know what I'm saying? See, you never know who's watching, who's got some information, some tidbits. Make sure you check out that website and look and research. Do your research. Thank you, Dr. Renee. That's Renee Matthews. I know she's been rocking the weight loss thing as well. Dr. Renee, that's Dr. Renee. Y'all make sure you follow her on Facebook. She's been doing her thing as well. Yes. Yes, we got to look out for each other. I'm going to show that website again. Good information. Hydrates, HYDRATESPARK.com/RENEE06. All right. Make sure you check that out. For those of you who are listening, I'll read it again. www.HYDRATESPARK.com/Renee RENEE06. That's what I'm saying. We gotta collaborate. We gotta share information. All right. So with that, y'all, let me talk about motivation. If you got something, a comment, you can see, I'll display it. We'll talk about it and all that good stuff. Motivation. When I first went and had surgery, one of the things, the requirements is that they require you to see a psychiatrist or psychologist, or no, psychiatrist. Yes, that's the one with the, the credentials. They both have credentials, but that's one of the requirements. You have to see a psychiatrist when you're having weight loss surgery. I guess they want to make sure you're mentally sane and okay psychologically to have the surgery, because it is a mind thing. As you know, this whole journey is a mind thing. Even though you're having a major drastic surgery, it's still a tool. And some people do gain their weight back, which is what I experienced, but you have some people who gain it all back. I would say with me, I gained probably I don't know. I'm trying to think here. I probably gained maybe about, out of the 50 pounds, 30 pounds back. You know what I'm saying? So that still was a lot on me. And here's the thing. I thought I knew all my triggers, and I didn't. I ended up, gaining it back like after my boyfriend passed, George Ross. Rest in peace to George. And I'm telling you, I wasn't expecting that at all. You know what I'm saying? Who plans the death of a loved one? You know what I'm saying? So life be life, and that is serious. But with motivation, I wanted to finish what I started with the support of all of you, my Facebook family, now my TV family, my Block 105 family. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's listening and watching, I wanted to finish because I felt like now that I'm on all these platforms, I owe it not only to myself, but to my followers, fans, haters, whatever you want to call it, to get this done. I have to be honest with you, y'all. I had like a reward system, which I do have in my little, booklet here that I just showed you, my weight loss thing. I have a reward system. And for those of you listening, what it is you see this? Let me move my hand out the way. What it is every time I hit a certain 10-pound area. So I started in the 260s. I got my feet done, my hair done with braids. Then I hit the 250s and I took a cooking class and then a sound bath class. Then I hit the 240s. I bought some new towels and some new pillows. Now, I remember I said I gained some weight back. I gained a lot of weight back. So now I'm in the 240s. I'm kind of like, waiting to hit the 230s. So when I hit, like, I don't care if it's 239.9, I'm going to get a new hairdo and a new fitted shirt. In fact, I've already decided it's going to be a shirt with rhinestones, something really bling bling and fitted. I'm just not going to get a loose t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? So when I hit 239 or less, I'm getting a new hairdo and a new fitted rhinestone shirt. All right. But once again, I want to tell y'all something personal because I love y'all. And that's just how I am. I'm very transparent and real on, the convo with Miss Marjon. I used to be Okay. And I'm still struggling with it. One of these type of people that would start something and not finish. You know what I mean? I was that type of chick where I would basically just be all excited in the honeymoon phase. And I'm talking about everything, a job, maybe a hairstylist I was trying, a nail tech, churches, relationships, um, you name it. I'd be so excited the first couple of weeks or months, and then my enthusiasm would just die down. And so that's kind of like what I noticed about this weight loss journey. This is the thing, I've always been overweight ever since I was 8 years old. I've always been overweight for my age group. And so imagine probably the lowest I've ever been was probably when I don't know, my mom claims I was real small when I was like out of college. I don't even remember that. But right now, to my recollection, was when I had weight loss surgery, probably like 6 or 7 months afterwards. And like I said, 223, 223 pounds. That's the lowest I can remember. You know what I mean? And when I say remember, like I'm talking about, I got clothes in the closet that reflected. I got pictures. I've got data like in my Fitbit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going off of. And that's why I'm so motivated to hit the 223s. Okay. 223, right? I said 223s, 223. And then, of course, go even more. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people are like, well, how will you feel? What about 190? Don't you want to hit the 100s? Absolutely. But my God, I don't remember the last time I was in the 100s. And if I was probably in high school. Or like my mom said, maybe when I was fresh out of college. But I don't remember, you know how long ago that was, like almost 30 years ago. Who remembers 30 years ago, Harley? So I'm giving myself grace. I'm learning how to accept certain things as is. I may not hit 198 by November 2nd. Okay. But I'm trying to hit it by December 31st of this year of 2026. But the thing is to keep moving. Give yourself some grace, stay motivated, do well with your water and your meals and movement. Movement. All right, keep moving, keep going, you know? So I don't know what's motivating y'all, what you got going on. Put it in the comment section. What's motivating you? If you are on a weight loss journey or any kind of journey, what is motivating you? What's keeping you motivated? When I went to therapy before I had weight loss surgery, that was the number one question that the therapist asked me. She said, why are you doing this? What is your why? Because your why is going to have to be so big that it motivates you. Because there may be some days, not only are you losing, but you may gain or you may just stay stagnant. You may plateau. And plateauing is just as bad as sometimes is not losing. Okay. So my why is I want to finish something that I started. I owe it to myself. I owe it to my fans and my friends. You know, somebody's watching this, and it always happens, y'all, where I'm like so discouraged, and I'm like, the heck with this. I'll just whatever, give up. And God would send somebody, through my pathway and say, I saw your video, 60-pound challenge. Girl, I went to the gym that day. Girl, next thing I know, I'm back on these lives. There's times where I'll post something and I'm like, you know what? The hell with this posting stuff. I'm so tired of posting, especially when somebody says something negative off in left field. The next thing I know, I'll get a check from Meta, Facebook. Yes, I get a check every month from Facebook. So I'm a content creator now. You know what I mean? I get a check. So I am just so, so, so thankful. I'm so appreciative of all of y'all. I thank you. Please, please let me know what you're thinking, what you got on your mind. I see Renee Matthews, MD. All right. She's got a comment. I'm going to read your comment, Renee. My why is I want to be healthy. Diabetes is very prevalent. in my family. Excuse me, I had to swallow for a minute. And I am already allergic to a lot of foods. If I have to eat a diabetic diet, I will be miserable. Hey, that's real talk. Yes. Diabetes runs in my family. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up, Renee. What happened is I um, went to the doctor, and after I started, my weight loss journey, my glucose was going down. I mean, my thing at one point was maybe in the tens, which is high. You want your glucose, A1C to be like around 5 or less. And my doctor, had me on Ozempic. I was on Manjaro. I was on that stuff before I had weight loss surgery. And so I didn't lose, like, some people are like, why didn't you try the GLPs ones or whatever? I was like, I did when they first came out, and I lost some weight, but it just, I didn't after a while. So my doctor proposed, getting weight loss surgery, and I don't regret it, y'all. I don't. But the thing is, I noticed when I started gaining weight, my A1C went back up. So he put me on Ozempic, which I'm on currently. I do like 0.25 milliliters, and it's been helping this go round. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. There's some things they don't tell you about weight loss surgery, which I'm gonna have to tell you in another episode. But for the most part, I got to be careful what I say, because I'm telling you, there's some things they do not tell you, and it's nothing to scare you, or for any of you who are interested in having surgery. It's just that I need to dedicate some time on the pros and the cons. So therefore you can make an educated, sound decision on what you want to do. Some people get the shots, the Regroovy. I know I said it wrong. Regovy, Ozempic, Manjaro. Some people, there's other ones out there that are not related to the diabetes. If you have diabetes, they want you probably on Manjaro and Ozempic. But there are people that are just doing that, and they're doing amazing. I met a lady the other day at work that has lost 60 pounds just by using Wegovy or whatever. And we have people I know people that are on Manjaro that have lost a lot of weight. So it just depends. It's like it's different with everybody. So you got to do what works for you, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what works for you. So please leave your comments. Check out my website, Linktree, linktr.ee/Miss Marjon, MSMARJON. And yes, y'all, let's keep this 60-pound challenge going. It will be Labor Day in about another week or so, another 2 weeks, right? Let's go hard in the paint. We are getting ready to have 4 months left of this year. We're past the halfway mark. All right. Isn't it amazing how when you first start a weight loss journey at the beginning of the year, it seems like you got all the time in the world? Well, guess what? No, you don't. You know what I mean? And I hate to say it, some people have probably already have given up and like, the heck with it. I'll just wait till January 2027. But I'm going to give you something, and I'm going to leave you with this. Start now. Because the thing is, I can't stress it enough. You do not want to leave this earth. You know what I mean? Not doing some things you need to do. I'll leave it at that. For me, it's this weight thing. Some of you, it's weight and some other things. But you do not want to leave this earth. You know what I'm saying? You do not want to leave this earth without trying. All right? Make sure you take care of yourself. All right? So make sure you follow me. I'm on social media, all that good stuff. Let's see here. I got Dr. Renee always, I need to hire her. I need to put her on the payroll. She said, Marjon, you got your thing off a little bit. Yeah, my little S and everything. I probably should just put WW and all that, because it's much easier. So let's do that. Yeah, it's easier to do that for all of y'all and everything. Make sure you follow me. Let's do that. WW. Isn't that easier, y'all? Versus HTTPS or HTTP and everything. Y'all make sure you check out my Facebook page and everything. All right. Also, Instagram. I'm on the gram. I'm on Linktree. I'm on LinkedIn and all that good stuff. All right. Make sure you check me out, y'all. Okay. So we can rock together. Also, if you go to my website and everything, and I'll put that back up here. Okay. www.linktree.com/Miss Marjon. You will see on there where you can be a guest on my show. We just finished an amazing show with Jaquise and also Rosalind on AIDS. Yes, HIV awareness, HIV and AIDS awareness. It was cold blooded. What happened was Jaquise, who is a social media influencer, business consultant, she has a law degree. She used to practice law, but she's now doing a different career path. Went and got checked, just happened to be at her OBGYN and decided, they was like, would you like to be tested? And she said, you know what? Absolutely. And she's very upfront about her sexuality. She's a lesbian. She was like, I don't care. I still need to get tested. And she got tested and, it was negative. But the whole point of the episode was and it's on demand. If you go to my YouTube channel and all that, you'll see it. It's called HIV/AIDS talk or something like that. But Rosalind is an advocate. I mean, it's just amazing. Something that you don't even think about. You know what I'm saying? And I've met people since who have, who are HIV positive. I'm like, gosh, we took such a back, took AIDS and HIV to the side when COVID and all this other cancer and all this other stuff, became so, in the forefront. So make sure you check out that episode and everything. It dropped yesterday on the 105 block and everything and so forth. And I'm really excited to see the numbers of people that listen to that episode and everything. But just remember, y'all, I love you. I'm about to get out of here. I got a nail appointment. I'm all about self-care. But I also just wanted to leave you with that message, today. I just wanted to check in with y'all. That is so important. Make sure that you not only check in, but you also check on others. All right. So until next time, I love you. And guess what? There ain't a doggone thing you can do about it. Take care, y'all. Peace. Peace, y'all. Peace. 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 Peace and hair grease. Bye, y'all.